Hey guys, Steve here. I just wanted to come to you to do a quick Friday update, dispel a few rumors and mistruths, and just basically throw some stuff out there and get your comments and feedback on it. Thing number one, loan-to-value ratio restrictions. A lot of people are now saying that the Reserve Bank brought in loan-to-value ratio restrictions to shore up the banking industry. Hear that all the time. Not true. They realistically, let's be fair. Reserve Bank brought in loan-to-value ratio restrictions to cool the Auckland property market. And so now that the Auckland property market has gone flat for a little while and just starts to warm up again, they've removed these LVR restrictions and said they're going to be gone for 12 months, for a year. Great, awesome, that's helped a lot of people out. But let's be fair too, I mean, the banks aren't actually lending people money on those new LVR restriction rules yet. I've yet to see somebody who's been able to get, say, a 90% lend on an owner-occupier house or an 80% lend across their property portfolio. A lot of the banks are saying that they'll do this, but in reality, what's happened is the Reserve Bank has basically allowed themselves the ability to let banks lend money because these mortgage holidays are coming along. And so if somebody's just bought a house anywhere realistically and they're struggling for cash flow, they can get a mortgage holiday for 6 months and not have to pay their mortgage for a period of time. But they don't want people with an 80% loan to value ratio to go to 85% and get the banks to be in foul of the rules that the Reserve Bank put in place. So to a large degree, that's a large reason why they've done that. They've done it so that the banks aren't going against the rules, not necessarily so that they can actually lend more money to people. And so the banks haven't really loosened up that lending restriction just yet. So it's going to be very interesting in the next few weeks, talking to mortgage brokers, seeing how banks are treating that restriction and whether they're actually loosening up on lending. But then on the flip side, banks, ANZ's a point in case, they're saying that values are going to drop somewhere between 10 and 15%. But then ANZ is also offering an interest rate fixed for 2 years at 2.69% as of today. So I'm just sitting here boggled. I'm calling bullshit. I'm saying, how can a bank think that the market's going to drop up to 15%, but then be openly asking for business and willing to lend people money on such a skinny margin? I don't think property is going to see a recession. Now, I'm just going to say that, I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't think that we've had recessionary pressure. The market was going up pre-COVID. People were paying a lot of money for houses. People were having record gains in value. Auckland was having had a record high price. Wellington had a record high price. I'm not saying rush out and buy some stuff in Queenstown at the moment. I think there's some pain to be had, but the market was going up. The market didn't slowly flatten out and then start coming down. We had a 6-7 week lockdown, global pandemic. Everybody's in the same boat with this thing. The market had a scarcity of properties prior to COVID. It's had a scarcity during COVID. It's got a worse scarcity now. Since coming out 2 weeks out of into level 2 lockdown now, it's going nuts. People are buying houses left, right, and centre. I can't see that the bank economists are correct when they say that there's going to be a downturn in property values. I'm sorry, I just can't see it. It's not realistically possible when you can borrow $1 million and it costs you $517 a week to pay it back, interest only at 2.7%. I just can't see that it's going to happen. So myself and another very experienced property investor went to an auction yesterday at Harcourts. If you're on my Facebook fan page, you might see the video below. I'm standing out the front, let's be fair, taking the piss a little bit, doing a video piece, and I scanned past, and he's parked his Ferrari 458 Italia in front of the office. I've parked my Mercedes E63 in front of the office. So here's two experienced property investors at an auction. We poll up with $600,000 worth of vehicles. Not saying that to impress anybody, just to say that, hey, you know, we're some wealthy guys come along with some cash to buy some properties at auction. Both of us knocked out of the water by a first-time buyer. They wanted the house more than we did. They bought the house. We just stood back in awe at the prices that property was going for, because money is so cheap at the moment. 2.79% fixed for 2 years. You can get under 3% now fixed for 3 years. There's a mortgage war on. It's going to go on. There's a few people in a few Facebook fan pages pitching where it's going to end up. For my money, I think we're going to be 2.25, 2.3% by Christmas. You'll be able to fix it that for 12 months, 24 months. If you have interest rates coming off fixed at the moment, for my money, leave them floating. That's where I'm pitching it. Go and talk to your mortgage broker, see if you can get any more funding, go buy some property, but leave whatever you've got floating at the moment, because at the moment I'm getting a floating rate of 3.05 floating. Why would you fix and commit yourself to it at this stage? Just some random thoughts for your Friday. Hope you enjoyed that. Do us a favor, I see there's quite a few people online. If you would like this content, please share it. Hit a like, bang a comment in. I'll be online on Facebook for the next few minutes answering your comments. Hey, thanks, guys. Good to hear from you. See you again.